I know this, but I'm gonna get you high today. Cause it's Friday.
Yes.
You ain't got no job.
Yes.
And you ain't got shit to do.
And we're back.
What's happening?
Another episode. It's your boy Ivy Joe.
It's your boy Just King, and what's happening, y'all?
And we are
Hot takes and half truths. Where the agreeable
goes to disagree.
There it is.
What's been good, man?
I thought you was about to turn it back up.
I mean,
so you feel like partying today? Let's do
bro,
it, man.
It's been a while,
Let's
man.
crank it.
It's been a while, bro.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what's been good, baby?
Man, work. Busy.
Yes.
Vacation time now, so.
Yeah. It looked like you're enjoying yourself, baby.
I'm still working, so I'm just not going into the office. But
I'm still checking emails, checking the work phone.
Yep, I've had to go to the plant 2 days, so I had to go in Friday because somebody pulled up a meeting on Thursday that was like mandatory attend all day meeting. It's like, dog, y'all really messing with me right now.
Yeah, that's the one that sucked.
Yeah, I didn't get it until maybe Tuesday afternoon. Where they pinged. It was on Thursday, so it's like it was Tuesday afternoon. They hit me like, "Hey, you or anybody on your team going to this?" And I'm looking at it. It's like attendance required. And it's like,
and they only did that because they realized no one responded to the invite.
Nah, what we did, they created. The original we responded to that one, but then they created another one because they had schedule conflict, and no one responded to that. So yes, you're right. No one responded to it, but. So yeah, man. So that threw me off by about a day. So I had to go and work a half day on Friday, on a vacation day. I'm just gonna charge them for that and roll it over to the next year. So
that's cool.
We get one back.
That's why I always.
You see them skills?
Yeah.
Y'all with it.
Yes.
That's why I always try to. I don't like putting in my days until I come back. Because of that, sometimes like in the past, I would have days up, and I would always think that if you put it in and they already kind of like stamped it, and you already got paid for it, and then you go back and do it, then it'll raise more red flags than just shoring up after the fact.
Yeah.
But I don't but that's the main reason why I do it, because like there's been a few times, especially with this company, where I'll be at home and then all of a sudden it's like I'm working. I'm like,
that counts.
Nah, man, I'm getting them hours back.
That counts.
Yes.
I'm at the crib. You got to call the phone. Treat you like a lawyer, man. I'm billing about a half hour, so you better make it a 20-minute conversation because you're getting hit with the 30 no matter what.
Yes, sir. Yes,
for sure.
Well,
so, what's been going on with you, man?
Shit, man. It's since the last time we talked, a lot has happened.
Okay. Let me fill your boy in.
I mean, I went. Thanksgiving went home.
There it is.
Went to the BR. Got to go see the game against Arkansas. That was cool. Then went to Bayou Classic the following week. That was dope. They're gonna have to get you boys out, man.
You was back to back in Louisiana.
I was there for 13 days.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh, all right.
That's not including homecoming.
Yes.
I was at homecoming for about 5 days, and then back door went home. I think essentially the 21st through the 2nd.
Yeah.
Something like that. So yeah, I was just there, and I did a couple nights in New Orleans for Bayou Classic. That was Hey man, it's good to be. Sometimes it's good to go back home, bro.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It's been a while. Well, I did last year, but this year was just a little bit. I guess I had more say on what I did, so I was able to kind of like just hang out where I wanted to hang out with, who I wanted to hang out with, and you know what I'm saying, didn't have any like obligations, should I say?
Yes.
That's what I'm trying to say. Didn't have any obligations.
Obligations, huh?
Yeah. It was a good time though, man. Then
What's her name? What's the obligation?
No, it ain't even that. It ain't even that. But also went to the fucking Saints game. I forgot about that. Saints game was dope.
Okay.
We played the Panthers game. When we played the Panthers, that was a pretty good game.
How the Panthers doing this year?
Not good.
Oh, okay.
But it's a rivalry. It's a rivalry, so you know.
Why is that a rivalry?
Cause,
Who made that a rivalry?
well,
People be making rivalries
you know
that
why?
ain't really rivalries.
You know why? Because Sam Mills went there. I think that's when it became a rivalry.
Okay.
You know, Sam Mills started in New Orleans and then finished his career in Carolina before, you know, his untimely death. I think he died of cancer.
Right.
But he was like one of the kind of the first in this generation small, good linebackers.
Okay.
And he started in New Orleans, and I think that's when it kind of started because, you know, some feelings, and now I guess, you know, with Cam being there, you know, that kind of did it too.
Yes.
But you know, but all those games, but you can pretty much just say every division game is a rivalry game. It's just no game is in a division is bigger than that line.
It's a division game. A rivalry that's a little. A rivalry is a reserve, man, for like history. You gotta have history there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's gotta be bad blood. Something's gotta be brewed over for a while. You know?
But it is. The
war on I-4. That's a rivalry.
Like, we've had actual team fights with that team. I don't think we had team fights with Atlanta, and that's a real rivalry. It's a rivalry, man.
Yes.
It's a rivalry. Like we've had literally
It
like
every
brawls.
game a rivalry now, man. I be hearing that a lot. So.
We had brawls with them. Not, you know, the reason why you're saying, I guess one of the reasons why you'll probably say that about this particular one is because it's a fairly new one. I mean, shit, we came in '67 and they came in what, '96. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no real history there, but you know what I'm saying? Like it's real.
Nah, I mean you justified it enough. I mean, but just people say like the Nuggets are playing the Grizzlies, and it's like, oh, it's a rivalry, and it's why? No, it's not. That is not a rivalry, dog. Just because they playing.
The Nuggets play the Rockets, you said?
No, I said the Grizzlies. I just picked a team. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? It's like saying Magic versus the Heat is a rivalry. It's not a rivalry.
Now, granted, I would say, in general, I agree with you, but then there is times where I think that kind of changes. Like, say, for instance, LeBron, when he went to Miami. I mean, was Miami and Boston a rivalry before? But I think it was a rivalry then.
Boston, Lakers, rivalry.
I mean, but like
that's cemented, right?
Boston, think about
cemented.
it. No, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Like I said, in theory, I agree with you, but in those specific where it's like bad blood with specific players, and they move to another team, especially they're like, you know, a top 15 player, a legit.
I still wouldn't call it a rivalry. I would call it, you know, that's probably your must-see matchup. That's your main event game, but it doesn't create a rivalry, you know, out of nowhere. Now, I would argue Golden State, Cleveland, because they just kept meeting up in the playoffs, and it's
exactly.
Like, I can argue that, right?
Yeah, and that's kind of what I'm kind of those type of situations. Like,
all right,
maybe
I shouldn't have such a firm definition of rivalry. Maybe.
But there's times where it just like, okay, those are just the teams, and they're the teams for a few years.
Okay. All right. Maybe, like I said, maybe my definition's just too rigid.
But I get what you're saying, like, you know, New York and Chicago, or like you said, Boston, LA.
Yeah, those are like historical, though. I mean, those are ones where, you know, that Boston, LA almost defined like a decade of basketball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Maybe even San Antonio and Lakers. Like San Antonio Mavericks, definitely a rival. That's a big rivalry in my mind.
Mavericks jerseys are terrible.
Yeah, they are.
That line,
but they don't like each other.
Like
they don't like each other. Those two teams.
You said Mavericks. That's all. Every time I see them playing, dude, I have to turn it off because the jerseys are just so bad. They are so bad. The NBA and Orlando's got orange now. I don't know what the hell that's about, but
really, I haven't even seen that.
Yeah, the jerseys were black and orange the other day. So I'm not sure of the connection there.
Going to look into that.
Yes.
NBA is doing some. I don't know what the hell they doing.
Yeah, like Milwaukee had the Cream City. I was like, that is wrong.
Yes.
Cream City. Like, no, man.
Yeah, I saw that on SportsCenter. All the the commenters they're like, is Milwaukee known as that? Like, you're from there.
Yeah.
It's like, I never heard it called that.
What is cream? What?
All right.
What? Like, I ain't gonna go there.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, man. What you got in this cup, man? So the listeners know it's 11 o'clock in the morning.
That's why I went with the wine.
Yeah.
It's a little Inferno by Apothic.
Okay.
It should be fairly strong though. I mean, it boasts 15% alcohol.
What's it? Inferno. I mean, what was it? Merlot?
No, that's a blend.
A blend. All right.
It's a blend. I guess we go ahead. Cheers up. Drink of the week. It's a little early. It's not a beautiful day in West Palm Beach today. Hasn't been for a while. Since Sunday, essentially.
It was all right for half of yesterday.
Sunday was pretty good though. Man, had a good time.
I don't even know what day it is. Thursday. All right.
Yeah, it's Thursday, baby. You been listening to anything, man?
Yeah, that Roddy, man. That Roddy Ricch album. Shit's hard. Let me see. Roddy Ricch, Emotional Oranges, Sci-Hi the Prince, Black History Project 1 and 2. Them some hard albums, man. Just or hard mixtapes, man. Sci-Hi did his thing on those two. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. That Roddy Ricch is getting a good rotation, man.
Yeah, you sent it to me. I may go ahead and download that one because the couple songs I did listen to were pretty good.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
You got a couple on there. I mean, you could definitely work out to it.
Yeah. That's why.
Good.
That's why I was like, I may need some because I'm in a rut in my workout tunes. I will say that I guess I've been listening to again. I'm not the new album guy, but I've been listening to a lot more of that those old Frank Ocean albums. Yeah. The last couple weeks.
Channel or Chanel?
Channel.
Channel.
Well, I think it's Channel Orange. I say Channel Orange. But
I just realized I don't know how to spell either one of them.
well, you do. One's with one N, one's with two. But that and that was Lizzo. Yeah. Now, granted, it's just because
You've been working out Lizzo?
No, I haven't been working out, but I like that song because the video had my school in it.
Yes.
What song? The Toxic whatever?
Beat. What is it?
I don't know. Pull it up, man. Play a clip of it.
Yeah. We pull it out. You know, it's all about the you, baby.
Not the one, the Why Men Gotta Be Great Till They Gotta Be Great song. You ain't talking about that one, are you?
Nah,
okay.
Nah, bruh. It just came out like a week ago. Let's see.
I don't exactly check for Lizzo.
Well, the only reason I checked for it was because Good as Hell. That's what
the Lakers game?
No, because
That Lakers game appearance got you checking for it now, huh?
no, because exactly this. You see back there.
You like the Panthers.
Nicole, this is chemistry class, not music class, baby.
That's the you, baby.
Carolina Panthers?
Stop. You see it now. Stop acting like
Did she go to Southern or something? She from Louisiana?
I don't think so. She just know the best, baby.
All right, man. Fast forward this shit. I want to see this girl. I want to see them practicing with a high bun. I think we got to talk over this so she get flagged.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah,
All right.
He'll cut it down too.
See. Jump to when the beat come in. Let me.
I think this is
That's
it.
it? Oh, okay.
I think that's it. But you see the you.
Yeah, I ain't never heard this song, but
I've heard it. I've actually heard that song. I was like, man, they just dropped the video, but that's pretty dope.
maybe I didn't know that was Lizzo. But
Yeah, I
feel like this. I'm expecting another song, especially at that break. But okay.
Okay, well, that's pretty much what it was, though. That came out. Wow, I think it came out the week I got back, or maybe 2 weeks, about a week and a half ago.
Based on what it just said, she recorded it while you was there.
I don't know if it actually was homecoming week now. They may just saying homecoming for effect.
That was your obligation that you didn't want to name. I'm on to you. What's up, man? What you think about Homeboy?
What? All right, we're gonna get into it, man. I know I didn't put it in there.
Oh,
but,
okay.
You know, I said Watchmen, and I was like, you know, there's something else I want to talk about.
All right, so let's jump into it, man. What you want to start with?
Shit, man. Let's get this impeachment shit out the way, man.
That nigga got impeached.
Yeah, man. About time. So he's apparently he's the first president to get impeached in his first term. So
Yes.
go down in history for something.
Another record break.
But he got
First president impeached in his first term. Third president impeached. Period.
Yes.
We could say
Abuse of
honorary
power.
fourth.
He got impeached on abuse of power and obstruction of Congress.
Yep.
On abuse of power, 2 Dems went with the Republicans, and on the obstruction of Congress, 3. So it was 230 to 197 and 229 to 198. I think they got him dead to rights on, at the very least, abuse of power. I mean, he admitted to it. They admitted to it. The administration admitted to it was what is it? Quid pro quo. That he wanted them.
Latin shits mean. Google quid pro quo.
Basically,
you do something for me, I do something for you.
Exactly. You
Okay.
do this for me, and I'll give you the $400 million. And
Ad Astra.
And essentially, he wanted them to open an investigation against Biden and his son. And when they realized they got out, that's when they went on and let the money go. Now, what they're trying to say is, well, he went on and he did it. He didn't withhold it, but it was like the reason why he did it is because he got caught. So it's like you can't have it both ways. You know what I'm saying? Like if you were, if you, for all intents and purposes, and then not only that, they had people testify to such that was on the call. So I mean, he definitely did it, man. The abuse of power, obstruction of Congress. Well,
he definitely did that one too.
Yeah.
It was just simply not cooperating with the investigation. So
exactly. So
nigga guilty. All right.
No, it, they didn't get him with no like true crimes, but they don't have to have true crimes for impeachment. It's just like I said, you can't be a king, essentially. And Republicans, they can go back and forth all they want about this, but for all intents and purposes, they have themselves to blame just as much as him, because they could have brought him back in, if they would have started playing hardball, but they wanted to appease him and take the good with the bad, and they let him get out. I mean, on one hand, like they said, he's new to government, but on the other hand, you guys are there to kind of help along, although he doesn't do well with advice. But yeah, man, I don't understand what the real issue is. It's about whether or not he did or didn't, because he did it.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that can't be an argument that anybody is making, right? Because I'm pretty sure. I mean, he's admitted it. All the testimonies.
No, but they're trying to say that doesn't amount to being impeached.
Yeah, but what are the consequences to impeachment? I
Well,
mean, it's just kind of like a grievance on your record as a president, right? Unless
and that's
it's
pretty
an
much all it's going to
impeachment
be for
and then
him.
removed from office, which it's not.
Yeah,
It's not a removable from office offense.
yeah, it is. It is. But the Senate has to do that, because the Senate has the trial, and they're the ones that actually remove you from office.
Okay.
And
So all right. So maybe
that's not going to happen.
Maybe what I meant to say was that
Because they have to.
That's not going to happen because they have to vote on that again, right? And from what I understand, is basically
Well, they're going to have a trial. It's just they're in a majority, so it's
that's the trial. But the Republicans, like you just said, are the majority. So it's like, are they going to vote against him? Right? You need what, 2/3? I believe 2/3 vote.
I think 60. I think it's super majority. So be about basically that.
Okay. So he's probably not going to get removed from office. No. And how long is this trial going to take? Is it even going to take a year?
Nah, it'll be done in January.
Oh, okay.
But,
All right, so then he can focus on his campaign
Pretty much. And he can be.
Please don't vote for this motherfucker again. Please don't.
We gotta show up and vote. On a lighter note, I guess sort of disappointment, but I figured sooner or later this would probably happen. Kamala Harris has dropped out since we last met. Now they have a debate tomorrow night. Actually, tonight's Thursday, so tomorrow night's Friday night.
Who's still in? Bernie, Biden.
Basically, a bunch of white people are going to be on the stage tomorrow.
It's not Buttigieg.
Yeah, he's still there.
He's still in? Oh, yeah, he's still in.
He's still in.
Kamala couldn't get the money, but Buttigieg?
That's what it was from what I hear. She couldn't raise no money.
All right.
Because a lot of people was like, they wish she would have held out at least till this debate. Because there's a few people on there that's not even really polling better than her, but they're still on the stage.
Yeah.
But that was kind of disappointing because, like, again, that's one of my three, if you remember.
Yes.
So now
run down your three, man. What's your top three, dead or alive?
Now I'm down to two, and
so who's your two?
I don't even think
Warren,
I don't really believe either one of them is gonna win.
Didn't you have Warren as one?
Yeah, Warren and Bernie came. No, Biden came in third.
So
my heart was with Kamala.
So Kamala, Warren.
I wanted
Biden.
I figured at the time, or even still now, like Warren still posed pretty well, and Biden just sort of like the catch-all. But I'm not really excited about Biden, but I just want this motherfucker gone.
So is it who has the best chance of beating him, or are you? Do
you
want the candidate?
That's a bit of it, but I still feel like we have a strong possibility of winning regardless who go out there. Just on the mere fact that people are just tired of the vitriol that's been going on in the last 4 years, and it sooner or later, like they always say, attitudes reflects leadership, and he's at the top of the pyramid right now. And the vitriol that we're seeing, particularly with hate crimes going up, hate groups going up, he has to be, while he may not be the majority of the reason why it happened, he definitely is
directly tied to. He's
definitely the I guess the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah.
Like, and the president. Yes, even the president know. We have it hard. But
my bad, had to adjust that. Man. It's all good. I'm peeking around this thing.
It's all good, man. It's been a while.
Sorry, listeners, if you heard that I was adjusting my mic.
But
we're all good now, though.
I tried to listen in tomorrow. I mean, I'm off now, so, and it should be another cold or cool, wet night tomorrow. So I probably won't be in them streets.
Yes.
It's tomorrow Friday night, man. It's hookah night.
Oh, you hoop on Friday nights?
I said hookah.
Hookah. Oh yeah,
it's hookah night.
You don't fuck with me no more, man.
I be here for what are you talking about? We record the podcast Friday night.
We recorded what, twice in the last 2 months, man. Which we're gonna do better. We're gonna do better next year. But at the same time, this is volume number 20, baby.
There it is. So the twice in the last 2 months. So we have recorded twice, but you recorded.
I did a little something.
So you got travel, you got holidays and all that stuff in there, man. So it makes
it's just the holidays, man.
It makes it a little, people move around and stuff. So,
but we used to do hookahs just about every Friday night, from about 8:30 to about midnight.
Yeah, I mean that was the late night shows, man. It was easy.
We'll go out there about 8:30 and just be out there chopping it and just looking around like, all right, I think tonight we're gonna go.
Oh,
out.
you talking about just the hookah spot?
Yeah.
Or, oh, yeah.
Yeah. We'll be out there like, I think tonight's the night we need to go out. Yeah, just a lot of action going on.
Look, I'm still down, man. I just,
Hey, I told you about Sunday. I'm just hoping that the weather changes up.
Look, man. I just need to know a time.
I told you.
That's
I
it.
told
So
you
I
what
can-
time.
So
man.
I can coordinate with the wifey. Go ahead and pay it forward the day before. Take the kid off her hands as soon as she get home, so she don't gotta lift a finger. That way, when I say I ain't coming, you won't see me tomorrow
Yeah.
after work.
3:00, baby.
She already
Plan to
know
be
what's
somewhere
up.
for 3.
She already know what's up. What brunch starts at 3?
But it's not. It's you sound just like another little chick that I was talking to last week.
Don't say I sound like no chick.
Oh yeah, because she
my
was
God.
saying the same thing. Like, she was like, I always laugh at people that say black people talking about brunch. You know what I'm saying? Like in the afternoon, like late in the afternoon. I was like, well, it's really a party, but they call it a brunch.
So that's what I'm saying. So that's a legit question, bro. You tell me like,
But
we're gonna hit the brunch spot, and I'm thinking like, all right, bet. So
but it's
12.
but it's a brunch. It starts with the brunch.
All right. Well, I got
You know what I'm saying?
LBs that host trap brunch, and that shit's always like 10 or 11
starts
to 2
then.
or 3.
But I don't know if
So it's
West
just a
Palm
legit-
Beach
It's
does.
a legit question, dog. That's
I mean,
all.
like I said, it's funny. It's just funny because
That's all.
it is brunch because they're still serving food and they're still serving the mimosas. You can still get like the all you can drink mimosas at 3 and 4 o'clock, and that's a big part of going to brunch,
I
right?
wish we were streaming this live right now. I could put a poll up that says, "Should I swing on Ivy right now?"
Yes.
Hey, like this video if I should swing on Ivy right now. All our
I'm just
YouTube
saying.
viewers,
I'm just saying, bro.
if you on where we on? We on
YouTube,
not Spotify. What's the other one? SoundCloud.
SoundCloud. Not yet. We will be.
We coming for y'all, man. Turn to the new year. Trust me, moves are gonna be made. But like this video if I should swing on Ivy, or like this audio on SoundCloud if I should swing on Ivy.
Please do, man.
If we get over 25 likes,
That's
I'll
not
swing
asking
on-
a lot, really, right?
Yes.
Hey man, look. If we only get 5 and we go to 25, that's 5 times. That's 5x. I'll take
Man,
it.
we usually get more than that.
Well, I haven't actually been checking the numbers. I heard something somewhere that kind of spoke to me a little bit. It was the Andre 3000 interview,
What was this?
and he had an interview with Rick Rubin on this some podcast or something. But it just kind of so it started there. But I think it might have been a conversation that Joe Budden was having on his podcast too. But they're kind of the same thing. But is that when you like when we first started doing this, we were just doing it for fun. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I know me personally, I started getting it, just kind of into the machine kind of mode where it's like, okay, we got to do this to improve this. We got to do this. We got to do that. Got to do this, And it was all driven by just results. Like I'm just trying to see results go up in like the viewership or whatever else. And from those 2 podcasts, it basically came out that it's like you drive yourself crazy trying to do that shit.
Yeah, you
Which
just wanna
I
have fun.
agree. And it's like you just do it and just be yourself and just organically it will come. If you
If
try
it's meant
to
to be.
force it.
Yep.
So that was I can admit that
Yes.
I had a little introspective moment. I had to reflect on it. It was like, you know what, you're right, because I know even with like the gear set up, and it's always like after every episode, it's like, yo, this would look better, or it'll sound better, or this would be better if we just had. And it's like you just forcing it, or I'm just forcing it. You know what I'm saying? So
I like the one thing. Both times I recorded in Louisiana, like for homecoming and Essence Fest. One of the things I told just by everyone was like, "Oh, you got a podcast?" Like, yeah, man, it's kind of fun.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying. Like, if something come about, great, but it's fun. It's a way to just get your thoughts out there.
yeah.
Get stuff off your chest. Funniest thing that happened while I was down there, and then we can move on to like another topic. But I was trying to meet up with one of my business school homeboys, and you probably like him because he's actually one of those DIY guys. Basically, he did his whole house, like him and his wife bought a spot, and they before they move in, and basically they just redid the whole house. But they did it themselves. Like every once in a while, they'll be on Instagram and he'll post like, "Hey, I need 4 guys, $20 an hour for 4 hours." I was like, man,
Straight up.
I was like, that sounds like something my man Ja'Cory would do.
Straight up.
But he was like, I came in time. Matter of fact, I went to the game and he was at the game, and he was like, "Yeah, man, you don't fuck with me no more. This isn't giving you shit." And I was like, man, I literally was about to hit you up at halftime because I knew you was gonna be here. And I was gonna be like, where you at? And he shot back, "That's a half truth." I was like, my dude.
Yes.
So that was kind of funny. That was a funny moment. That was definitely funny. I was like, half truth. Yeah. See, he fucks with the podcast.
Called your ass out, man.
Shout out to Sue, man.
So yeah. Oh shit. I forgot. Oh, all right. Well, next podcast. I think next. You going somewhere for Christmas?
No, I'm here, baby.
You be here? All right. Well, next time we record, man, I'll
go
bring
back
the
to
gifts.
back, baby.
Nah, I forgot the gifts, man. I forgot the gifts for the podcast. So, and we could talk offline a little bit too, because I want to get something for the guests that we had on, man. So for you boys that hopped on there, and so we got a little something for them. But I'll bring it next time.
Good
Ship
deal.
it to them. We'll wrap it. They'll get their gift in CP time.
Yes.
Good deal.
Better late than never, fellas.
And of course, this episode is brought to you by Second Sip.
Yeah, man. Second Use Products LLC already. So, man, it feels weird announcing this, but yeah. So started a company, LLC. We're doing reusable, sustainable, eco-friendly products, including straws. We're gonna have some reusable shopping bags. We're gonna have, drinkware, your tumblers, things of that nature. So check us out. We at second.products on IG, secondproducts.com. The website is up. We shipping on Amazon. So if you go to Amazon, you can see our products up right there. Just making moves, baby. We're getting inventory.
Yes.
Like I told you before we got here, man. But before we hit the record button, we put that first order in. So those units, man, the units are coming. So y'all check us out, man. It's not the trend. It's not trendy, I guess, in like hip hop space, right? But it is it's a way to eliminate waste, right? So first and foremost, I'm an animal lover. People don't know, especially like reptiles.
Yes.
I'm not a fan of reptiles,
Weird.
particularly the slimy ones.
Yeah, man.
like
Weird
them.
fact. I used to have iguanas, bearded dragons, all that, snakes, bread
Those are cool.
snakes,
I don't really mess with snakes, though.
yeah, bred snakes in high school in biology class. I led that project, so
No.
No. So yeah, man. So the whole advent of the plastic straw bans that's going on everywhere. It's a way to introduce a new product. Get the plastic straws.
Every
out
time
of
I
there.
see something around now, I always think of you like, man, my nigga need to get right here.
Hey, come on, man.
Yes.
And what's funny is that when I could tell, I gave the kind of disclaimer that like it's not trendy within hip hop space or like the black community. I think because every time I tell
Probably not.
like a black person, they kind of give me this kind of weird face.
Yeah.
But I kid you not, within 2 weeks, 3 weeks, they come back and it's like, yo, I was
you.
so and so.
Yes.
Guess what they were handing out? And it's like,
yeah.
fuck with me, man. Like, come
you
on,
get
man.
It's coming, baby.
Come
It's
on.
coming.
So the goal, man, is to get everything launched and have all the, the products and the website. Website is live, but I'm still working on it, obviously. But to have everything in place by the new year, so we can start making these sales. So I'm aiming for 50K and revenue, aiming for 10 store placements. These are just goals that I set, in my little book I got in there, J Print book.
Yes.
Let's go, man. Keep it on you. Yeah. So I don't
Yes.
just be bullshit when I say I read the Art, Science, and Respect. He's got a page in here where he just set like his goals. I'll show this to you. And, I kind of like this to where it's just kind of wild, what he said. And of course, I can't find it right now. But when I do, his goals were just crazy. He'll put in there, be a millionaire in 2 years, this much money from this deal or that much money from this deal, whatever. And it's like, it's crazy to think about it, but you just got to put that stuff kind of out there in the universe and move towards it. So that's what I'm doing, man. So I'm looking to make $50K by, in revenue, just selling straws and cups and bags and all that, man, next year. So
Yes.
support. If y'all can, man, get y'all some reusable straws, some tumblers. We got hay straws. We got silicone straws for the kids. We got reusable shopping bags, some dope designs on them and stuff. You get something, man. Get something fly. You don't gotta just use the Publix bags. Man. Come grab them from your boy. Appreciate the shout out, man.
And as always, you can reach us at HT2pod on IG and Twitter. Email us at htsquarepod@gmail.com. And you can reach out directly to me at IamIvyJoe on IG and Twitter.
And holla at your boy at JustKingin on IG and Twitter.
Good deal. Moving on.
That boy said that like we were closing out.
I meant to start the episode with that. It just we kind of rolled into it, but hey, it is what it is, baby. Okay.
The hotline.
Let's go ahead and put that.
What that say? Obligation?
No, that says spam. That's what that said.
Yes.
Oh, wait. All right, so I found it. Before we move on, so here you go right here. Goal set, and it's just some examples, right? Buy a house. How much? 63 grand. He got in here. Mama house. How much? 250 grand. Truck. It's crazy stuff that, it's not crazy actually. I got to stop saying that. But just to see, and it ain't flashy. He just wrote it on a piece of loose leaf paper. Same way you writing on that paper right there. And he just line by line made it realistic, right? He put a dollar amount next to it. And he ain't even got nice handwriting.
No, he don't. It's horrendous.
But that just goes to show, man, if you just set a goal and you start working towards it, there y'all go. Y'all see that? And now this man is arguably one of the biggest music moguls in hip hop. He's definitely one of the more renowned names in the hip hop game. So,
especially in the South.
Yeah. So in the North, man, he's the one that found Drake.
Well, I mean, he's still Southern.
Oh, yeah. I think he's from the Fifth Ward, Houston. So
Yeah.
Shout out to Jay Prince, man. We don't want the problems. Mob ties.
No
What's
sir.
next, man?
So I guess we'll go ahead and knock out the last bit of kind of political. 69 gets 2 years. What's your thoughts, baby? I mean, as Snoop and Game said, he's a snitch.
Yes.
Yeah. That's not a hot take. That's a.
What's your thoughts on it, man? I mean,
I honestly don't even know what he was being charged with. I know it was some kind of RICO case, so it was getting him in just
Yeah, he was just fucked.
The racketeering of
He was
whatever.
just fucked. They just realized he was the one that probably had the least to do with it, and it was more willing to, flip because he was just doing to be cool.
Yeah, because we'll leave it at that. So yeah, man. So that being said, again, I don't know what all charges they were facing. I think it was something about the shooting at like Chief Keef, above Chief Keef in Manhattan, and a few other things that I guess were associated with the 9 Trey gang. And then he was just kind of that loose thread that they just pulled on until unraveled the entire fabric of that gang. But
I mean, he, like I said, bro,
it's to be expected, man. You do that much telling.
Yeah, if you ain't about that life, bro, leave it alone. And that's pretty much how he got in trouble. You know what I'm saying? He was not about that life.
And if you about that life, don't bring somebody into that life that ain't about that life. The monetary gains.
Yes.
I'm sure Shotty and them boys made a hella, a ton of money. But it's like, what's Shotty serving? 10 to 15?
Ain't got it now.
Shotty doing like 10 to 15, I believe. So it's like, when I used to speak to the kids at my mom's school when I was up in Orlando, I talked to them and it's like, selling dope, Let's say you have a great year and you ball out and you selling dope, you making 100K or whatever. It's like, because you're not going to make more than that and not be being watched. Just be honest about it. It's like, but when you get caught, you know what I'm saying? And you got to serve 10 to 20 or something like that. It's like, just look at the math, how the math works out. 100K, let's say for 2-3 years, 300K, boom. But then you get locked up for 15 to 20. So do that math on that, and it's like no better than working a minimum wage job at that point for 20 years. And at least in the minimum wage job scenario, you have your freedom.
Yeah.
You know, so this kind of, you know, a similar instance, I guess, is these guys got jammed up, you know, trying to make this fast money, and you know,
I wouldn't say they got jammed up. I mean, they made a decision. The jammed up part was bringing 69 in.
Yeah, but I mean, but he was the cash cow though. So
no, he was what I would say is he was the guy, the cash cow as far as becoming legit.
Okay, so maybe like, I have a different understanding of this because I understood it that he was bubbling a little bit, and then whoever reached out to whoever was like,
so I guess okay. So let's compare stories because or at least what we think we know.
Okay.
So my understanding is the people that he got affiliated with were an official gang out there, and they were you know running the streets. They were you know official guys. In my mind, that means they were actually putting in work and making money. Now, the only benefit of bringing someone like him and a Chris Brown and those type of dudes around is that now you can start saying, I promote this, that, and the third, and this is how I'm making that $100,000. And now I have legit money to go with my money, so now I can kind of spend more of it. I don't have to be more worried about it. It's just he got too in. Like they brought him, they basically put him on instead of just being kind of like, hey, he's over here, and you know we're gonna kick it with him, but he's not gonna do this and know this because you know that at least that's my mindset.
I mean,
they brought him too far in.
So again, I don't know nothing about like the criminal enterprise side of things. I imagine because they've basically pulled like a RICO, right? That's basically what they got him.
But yeah, that's why they got
So
him.
if they got him on a RICO, it's like you got to be doing something. So there's got to be something. You're not gonna get somebody on a RICO without their.
Bro, you can get a RICO just for like tax evasion. If you're just involved on tax evasion,
but a RICO it has to be racketeering, so it has to be like layers. It has to be an organization.
Yeah, and you could be at the bottom of it.
No, I agree with that.
Yeah,
but it's saying that like if I get pinged for tax evasion, right, and then they pull a RICO, it's because they looked into me and then found that it associated with something bigger.
Yeah.
So
like for instance, even if they handled it the way that I said they should have, like he was never involved in any of like the street stuff. He was just affiliated, and we went and hung out and shoot the shit with him. But when we actually did work, he still could have got rolled up in on it. That's why that's why I feel like
I haven't seen
dumb.
anything on any of that. That's the only thing that makes that, you know. I mean, I agree with you in theory, but it's just like only thing that I've heard them mention was the shootout or the shooting in Manhattan. It was allegedly kidnapping him, so they're getting him on like they're just charging the gang with these crimes, with gun possession and disarming, not disarming, but damn, what's the word I was looking for? Basically firing a gun in a public, you know.
Discharging?
There you go, discharging, firearm. They're getting them on kidnapping. They're getting them on all this other, like, just stuff that he made very public on Instagram and stuff. So it's not like these were new detectives, I mean, that got this case, you know, that booked these guys because they made it very easy for them. But all that to be said, man, he snitched, so I'm not surprised by the amount of time he got. No. A lot of people said they thought he'd get time served, and I thought that would have been like a slap on the wrist.
I'm actually shocked he still got time to serve.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like he still has time to serve.
Oh,
I think he did 13 years. Now you got 13 months. Now you still got to do another like 9.
Has it been 13 months already?
I think it's 13.
Why he got booked this year? But okay.
I think. Well, you know, he's been in and out of jail since like 17. Like this started like late 17.
But he like 23 now?
Like I said, it started in like late 17.
Oh, no, I thought you meant it started when he was late. Okay, I got
2017.
you. Got you. All right, I'm on. I'm with you now. All right, but yeah, man, so don't, you know, if you're going to do dirt, don't snitch.
Well,
and if you're going to snitch, don't do the dirt.
I guess so. Nah,
don't snitch.
If you part the game, if you decide to be a part of the game, yeah, you do.
You just gotta take that. Nobody else was, at least that we know of, was pointing fingers. It sounded like Shotty took his, right? He just stood up and took his time. So I mean, that's part of the life, man.
Well, I mean, but at the same time, you knew he wasn't about that. It goes back to my original statement. He wasn't about that life. He wasn't about it.
This was a vape, man. This was a damn card holder.
No.
Man, so fancy.
No, man. I've left the vapes alone for now until they figure it out.
Yes.
You need to tell that to two dudes at my job. Boy, they go through a pod a day.
Nah, I leave that
That
alone.
shit is
right
crazy.
now. I'm leaving that alone.
But so yeah, man. So Tekashi, he gonna serve his time. You think when he come out, he gonna still be that seems to be the more interesting discussion around him.
I don't know, man.
Is he still gonna be as popular? Is his music still gonna
I don't know,
ring
man.
out?
I keep hearing people saying he is, but I just don't see how. Like, he's gonna have to change. He can't be on that what they call that rap, gutter or grunt, whatever that gummo rap or whatever they used to call it.
Oh, trash.
I mean, whatever. I mean, I did like the first time, the one that really rang out, the first one. It was
Trash.
probably was, but it was catchy. It was catchy.
Yes.
Catchy trash.
I mean,
It's like the trash bags on the highway with your car.
blicky, something like that. That one. I don't know.
Stiffy got the blicky.
It was catchy. Like I
Come on, man.
that was one of the ones where I didn't, it's not a song that I want to like purchase, but if it came in the club, I bob my head to it. At the time, I don't think he's gonna be able to do that no more though.
What Crit say, man? If it don't move my soul, then I can't fuck with it, or I can't listen to it if it don't move my soul.
That's when I'm riding on the bike, riding in the car, at the crib. If
You got Tekashi on the bike, bro?
No, I don't have. I
Oh,
don't have
okay.
anything from Tekashi. I don't have any young nigga on my shit in my playlist. Dude. You know that. You know that, bro. Come on, bro.
You got Lucky Days.
I mean, but I don't like. I'm talking about rap.
Oh, okay.
I ain't got really no young nigga in my shit.
Well,
But I guess this Roddy Rich is gonna get some, and Sci-Hi is probably gonna get some run. I got to do something for the new year.
Roddy, well, Sci-Hi, them projects I mentioned with him are old. Those came out probably 5 years ago, but they still dope. They dope projects, man. You can check them out.
It's what it is.
But as far as Tekashi goes, I think he's still gonna be popular because it's evident everybody is snitching, right? Even though we just said if you're gonna do it, don't snitch.
Like who? When you say everyone, who?
I
Give
think
names.
I ain't got no names.
Show receipts.
But I think it's
as they say.
I think it's
Yes.
It's pretty clear. It's pretty evident, based off of. I'll cite my sources being the first 48.
Yes.
Every episode, a nigga snitch.
Hey, bro.
Every episode. So it's clearly niggas is out here snitching. I think if you're not snitching, you're the minority. And if you are snitching, you're the majority. So is the majority who are snitches still gonna support this guy who snitched? Absolutely. I don't think there's gonna be any difference there.
I don't know, man. I don't think he's gonna be able to do that, bro.
I don't think it's gonna be any difference, bro.
I think if he is, his music's gonna be different.
Stiffy got the blicky.
He ain't gonna be able to talk about that type of stuff. It's gonna be straight up like
T.I. still talk about it?
EDMN, but he ain't rap no one.
No, he didn't. There ain't no receipts on him.
Exactly.
No paperwork on his
Exactly. And he did his time. He just actually is worth millions, and millionaires actually do less time.
Yes.
That's how the judicial system works in this country. Because you're able to buy the lawyer who know the right people.
You can buy some points down on your sentencing.
Exactly. Well,
like putting points on
indirectly, like I'm saying, like you and I, you the fucking judge, I'm the lawyer, we boys, and I come to you. We could work something out.
Wow.
And you could do something that will piss off the DA. The DA like, we want 10 years, and me and you're like, I think this, that, and third, 3 years.
I don't think this got nothing to do with connections. I just think
I think
T.I. Well, maybe it does. Let me not say so. I don't. What I'm saying is that
get the right
what
lawyer.
I'm saying is what you just said. I disagree with what you just said because you're making it more of a function of the system. Whereas I just think T.I. is a stand-up nigga.
Well, he is, but at the same time, he's still rich, a real
So
rich.
is Tekashi.
Nah, no, he not. He ain't T.I. rich.
I don't know what you mean by that, but as far as how much money he was bringing in, how much money he was grossing, the nigga's rich.
Well, keep in mind,
I understand. I understand. You make a
How
million,
long-
spend $1 million. I get it, but he still grosses a lot of capital.
Mm-hmm.
So to sit and act like he never saw $1 million or whatever,
it's one thing. Again, like you said, it's one thing to make it. It's another thing to have it to be able to put on your books or your lawyer fees. That's a different thing.
which I'm still certain he had it.
Nah, I don't believe so.
There ain't no.
I don't believe it. He made money, but I mean, shit, dude. How long was he really bubbling? Like a year and a half, 2 years?
But it don't matter when you getting $150K a show,
and you
$200K a show.
And how much of that was going to his Trey 8 brothers or whatever what the gang name?
Hey man, you better be respectful of Treyway.
Hey, bro,
All them boys ain't locked up.
I salute them niggas, man. I saw the hustle. I saw it. I saw the idea. Just backfired on you.
Net worth $4 million, and that's what is accounted for. That's what's on the books.
Just because, and that's usually higher than what you actually have in the bank.
I know. Shout out to Lil Duval. He cussed me out, called me dumb, called me a dumbass. I know.
I'm not saying he didn't have I'm not saying he didn't have more money than us, but
I'm just saying. You said T.I.'s a millionaire. Tekashi's a millionaire,
dude. That
now, if you want to discuss who's got more business savvy and who is probably a little wiser with it, then I agree
I just
with
feel
you.
like this. So granted,
but to say Tekashi didn't have a public defender.
No, he didn't. But he probably didn't have the top echelon lawyer. He probably had a very good one. Probably didn't have that guy. Like I said,
you say he caught 411 pain.
I'm just saying
that Uber, got in that lip.
It's an old saying, but there's levels to this shit.
I get you, man,
and that's motherfuckers that you owe me a favor.
Yeah,
and I can give. And in order for you to pull that favor, you as a lawyer, I need $1 million
retainer.
Retainer right now.
Okay, I'm sure
and then I will pull that favor.
And I'm sure he had to pay out a similar. I won't put a dollar amount to it, but he had a high retainer on whoever his lawyer was.
Yeah, I'm sure T.I. was higher though.
The nigga got caught with an arsenal.
Exactly. He knew he was in the wrong.
He wasn't the small cog. He was the big cog.
But the only the cog. But the difference is the only reason why it was a problem is because he was a felon.
Yeah.
Whereas, if he wasn't a felon, it wouldn't have been an issue.
Possibly.
Nah, it wouldn't have been an issue. If me and you had those guns, as long as we ain't banishing them.
Sebastian Telfair a felon?
Was that in New York?
I ain't ask you all that. Don't move the goalpost.
No, you move the goalpost. No, you move the goalpost.
Don't move the goalpost.
Because T.I. was in Georgia. Georgia is just like this. We could pretty much just run around with our guns as long as we not pointing at no one.
I don't think that it's. Texas and Florida is about as liberal as you're gonna get.
But the South, you can get guns anywhere you want to.
So Sebastian Telfair was not a felon.
But if he was in New York, it don't matter. Those are the toughest. Those are the most liberal gun laws in the country. You can't have a gun.
You mean
period.
Conservative?
Liberal. Conservative will be you can have the guns. Lay back laws.
Man, you gotta stop with all these double entendres and shit.
All right, man. I just know what I'm talking about. I'm sorry.
But
it's liberal because
you saying liberal as a political term. I thought you meant just liberal means you gave extra.
Oh yeah, as a political term. Because that's what the law is. It's a political document.
Yeah, I'm misinterpreting your word as
gotcha.
Not political.
Yes, you got what I'm saying. You got what I'm saying. Because if it was conservative, then they would have let them
they're tight on it. That's what I was saying. Okay.
So we're conservative. If they was conservative,
the opposite words.
They would let you like you can't hear it. As long as you got a holster or something, you can walk around with a fucking gun. As long as you got it out and they can see it. You can't hide it.
I understand what you're saying, but
That's
I
conservative.
don't think that's how you're supposed to.
That's it.
You're not supposed to use that word that way.
No. I mean, I guess
No, don't guess.
the way you were trying
Just
to say
disagree
it,
with me, man. This hot takes and half truths.
I mean, but you know what agreeable go to
Goddamn.
disagree. I mean, I'm trying to like I said, I'm just saying I can see why you say that though, but from a legal perspective, like if you're looking at the document itself, it's a liberal document because, like they say, liberals typically want to restrain your use on guns. But now, on the same token, a liberal document could be welfare. Like and on a different note, a conservative document could be like in a tax document when they still giving these oil and gas companies billions of dollars.
Yeah,
All depends on.
So I'm not arguing. I'm not arguing that. I'm just.
Where is that?
I'm arguing when you said liberal. I interpreted that as they are very loose and they allow you to do a lot with the guns. So
Well, I guess
you poured a liberal amount of wine. You gave me a lot of wine.
Yeah, nah,
right?
that's
the definition
Yes.
I heard. So
Yes.
all right, understood. It's they have very strict gun laws up there, which would align with the liberal agenda.
Yes, there
The
you go.
left
Yes.
agenda.
There you go, my nigga.
Y'all how to break this down, man. You know what I'm saying? We agree to disagree, but you know.
Yeah,
Whatever.
we'll get to the end.
All right, man. So yeah, he doing 2 years. His music sucks, and
I guess I've never really been a fan of him.
I mean, some of his music, some of the beats is fire.
Other than that song,
And the features are fire.
that first one.
That joint he got
I
with
really like.
Tory Lanez is fire until
I don't
Tekashi
know.
comes on.
I didn't really listen too much after that.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna be honest
All
with you.
right.
Again,
All right,
I
man.
don't really
Let's
listen to these
move
young
on from
niggas,
this.
man.
Snitches get stitches, man. So
Yes.
All right, so I guess we'll move on to entertainment. I guess the top of the list would be Diddy's 50th birthday party.
yeah, man, clap it up for Diddy. Clap it up for Diddy turning 50, man.
Yeah, although they
Party looked lit.
Yeah, it did. It did. Now they would. I will say that they did say that, his birthday is actually a month ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say it definitely wasn't his birthday, but
Now, granted, they did say that he kind of did it in an homage for Kim Porter,
yeah, his
baby mother, the mother
late-
of his children.
yes,
Yeah,
the late Kim Porter.
but I think I saw something about he had to cancel a second one. But at any rate, they had a whole bunch of dignitaries there. I mean, Kobe was there, Jay was there, Kim, Kanye was there, all the Kardashians were there. I saw
B.
definitely Miss Queen B was there.
Yeah, man, you can't leave Queen B out.
Dwayne Wade was in that sucker. I saw
That sucker.
what was Sleepy Brown? Sleepy Brown was in there. I saw him in there. I was like, that's what like
From Dungeon Fans?
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
I saw him in there, and Snoop was in there smoking, big smoking.
Okay.
Yes.
I clap it up for Uncle Snoop.
That's where you play the "I'm gonna get you high today" drop. Don't play it. It's too long. That thing 5 minutes long.
But yeah, man, they were all in there, man. And it was cool, man. It seemed like an event that I wanted to be in. So
Yeah, I'm gonna do something like that next year for my 32nd.
I mean, Diddy, just go ahead, drop the invite next time, baby.
Yeah, man. Get us on
Yes.
the vote, Diddy. Hey, y'all comment on this and tag Diddy and revote and tell him you want us on the revote.
Get me over
channel.
there, baby. You know what I'm saying? I won't show my ass too much, man.
Yes.
But it seemed pretty cool, man. I guess Usher was up in that sucker too. A lot of people was there.
Yeah, man. Everybody was there to support Diddy.
Tracy Ellis Ross.
Everybody was there.
Yeah, If
You were part of the culture.
Yes.
You were part of the culture.
If you were there, if you were anybody in Hollywood, you were definitely there.
And a part of the. This is really Hollywood. It's more a hip hop kind of theme, but But I guess you got Kobe there. Kobe wasn't necessarily hip hop, but
he was in, and it was at his Beverly Hills mansion. So
okay.
he's gonna invite, I guess, Black Hollywood.
for sure. But shout out to Diddy, man.
Yes.
Diddy
Showing
turning 50. Rest in peace to
showing
Kim.
that you could be fly at 50, baby.
Rest in peace to what's her last name? Porter.
Kim Porter.
Rest in peace, Kim Porter.
Matter of fact, I think they also kind of tied in the twins, her daughters, him and her daughters.
Okay.
I think their birthday is in December sometime, so they kind of tied them in as well. So that was kind of dope.
Nice little homage.
Yes.
Okay.
So shout out to Diddy, man. You
All
know
right,
what I'm
man.
saying? A legend in the game. You know.
No doubt. So, sticking with, I guess this is at Diddy's party.
What's that? Oh, talking about Kobe?
Nah, man, Kobe was lit.
Yeah, he was.
I like that. Kobe
Yeah, he
looks
was.
like a competitive drinker.
He looked like your drunk uncle in those pictures, baby. Your drunk uncle just going in, want to touch you too much. Like, come here, boy.
Oh, like yeah, your ass.
Boy.
Once he get that third Kettle One and lime in him, third or
Yes.
fourth, IBB, he get real friendly, man.
Yes.
Yeah, man, but at the game it was like, man, stop touching me,
bro.
man. He keep grabbing me down.
I want you to get my point, man. I want you to understand where I'm coming from.
Get these hands.
Yes.
Grabbing me at the bar. What you gonna get, man? Shout out to Hannibal, man. Hey, but nah, man, I was gonna bring up, man, Jay checking that nigga, man, pulling that nigga phone.
Oh, okay, yeah. Jay did check a cat on the phone. You know, I get it. You know, I guess to a certain degree, I get it. I mean, I guess that was kind of a little too much. I mean, you know, like I guess she said it in a song. Feel like she's an animal with all these flashing lights, or like something like that with all these flashing lights. Like whenever they see them, they're always being videotaped, and so they kind of feel like they're a spectacle when they just want to have a good time.
Yeah.
And because there was other incidents that I saw as well where she was kind of like, you know, saying, but someone was like videotaping. That's why, you know, I'll be honest with you, man. I don't, you know, if you go into my IG or anything, you're gonna either see my niece or you're gonna see something for the podcast for the most part. Like I am a firm believer, and I want to be in the moment. Like I don't mind taking pictures, but I want to be in the moment. I want this to last forever in my mind. I don't want it to be like I got to show I don't feel the need to show the world what I'm
Not everything.
what I'm doing.
Yeah, I agree with that, and I align with that as well. And it's like I done had arguments not arguments, but just like, you know, these little awkward disagreements with my wife now. But where it's like, you know, her and her friends want to take pictures like the entire night, and it's just like, yo, like,
Are you gonna enjoy yourself?
yeah, it's like, let's, you know, how I look at it is like, you show up, enjoy whatever you're doing there, and then there's a moment where it's like, hey, let's flick it up. real
Yes.
Yes.
quick. Right? Most places, especially now, like most bars and venues, period. I mean, they have a spot where it's like a nice backdrop for the pictures. Like you basically have to have that now in a venue. So it's like, you know, there's an area dedicated to it that makes it kind of a landmark, and so people know you were there. So it's like, you know, the way I see it is, you know, live in the moment. If it's a concert, let's watch the concert. Let's enjoy the concert. Let's enjoy the show. And then boom, at the end of it, you know, while we out front in front of the, you know, the sign or something that's up above or whatever it is, right? Get the picture there. Yeah. If you do the meet and greet, get the picture there and then keep it pushing.
I can't even tell you the last time I asked for. I don't think I've ever asked anyone for a selfie before, like to take a picture with someone. I don't think that's ever happened.
Me neither. I feel kind of
I don't think I've ever
ostracized at times too, because I'm not doing it.
Nah.
It'd be like a room full of people doing it. And I'm like, should I say, let's get a picture? But
Well,
then it's
I
like
guess
picture etiquette.
It
Like,
depends. Like if it's a situation like that, maybe that'd be different. But if I'm just hanging out and the guy there and we just kind of like when in Baton Rouge for homecoming, there was an actor. I see him all over the place, like on USA and different movies. He walked in the bar, the hotel bar, right after us and was right behind us, and we're just kind of. I'm looking. I'm like, man, I know this dude. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, but I still wouldn't ask for a fucking selfie. You know what I'm saying? Like no one else was. So that's like, all right, no. He's here having a good time. Let him have a good time, man. I seen him. Like next time I see him on TV, I'm like, that dude was in Baton Rouge at the Tradition. You know what I'm saying? At the Tradition Hotel. You know what I'm saying? Like it was chilling. And he seemed to be having a good time.
and you have a story, and you can actually sit and have a conversation.
And I bet he enjoyed himself because like it was like
Don't snitch.
no.
He's snitching, man. He got some obligations in there, man. You
I
about
don't
to
know.
snitch on
I ain't even about to snitch on that. It was just, it was a very good night because LSU didn't play that night, so they had a lot of like holiday parties in the area. So a lot of people were coming there to kind of like hang out, and then because it was Southern University's homecoming, a lot of black people, was in there as well, getting dressed up, about to go out for the last night of homecoming. So it was just a good atmosphere in there. Like I was like, I bet it felt like a big metropolitan area atmosphere.
Okay.
Like I'm sure he enjoyed himself that night. But I just like I said, man, I guess, and to go back to C Diddy, I won't be an asshole. See what I'm saying? Like I won't be that person. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't ask for pictures, man. You know what I'm saying? I may even just say what's up. And that'd be it. I'd be like, oh shit.
Well,
but but at the same time, like I said, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like you wish you can go somewhere and just enjoy yourself, and not everyone recording everything that you do. Just kind of like last week, I didn't even look up, but there was another dignity that was out enjoying herself last week in West Palm Beach, and it was kind of the same thing.
she from down here. Just say her name.
No.
All right.
I'm not gonna say her name. I didn't even
That's
really
her calling right there.
I wish it was a sister. But anyway, yeah, sometimes it can go too far. Like, man, enjoy yourself. Because, like, the worst thing I always find the most awkward is when you're in a club and all you see is girls constantly looking at their phone and recording themselves on their phone. It's like, are you gonna actually enjoy yourself? Or are you just trying to front to the world that you're enjoying yourself?
I mean, I think some of it is. I think they do a little bit of both. It's just my. So I don't really have an issue with it. If that's what you want to do, then that's what you want to do. But it's like, don't impede in what I'm doing, right? Because some days I can be rather extroverted, and I can be like, all right, I want to be with the group and all that. Some days it's just like, yo, this is just nice, and maybe I'm just vibing. I just want to have a drink and just sit at the bar and whatever, have conversation at the bar, and I'm not really trying to go out and have like a lit night or whatever. So it's like, just you do you and let me do me, and then everybody, do your own thing. But it's just the people that are pushy about it, where it's like, let's take a picture here, then let's go take a picture here, and let's go here, and let's go there. And it's like, yo, I didn't come here for that. You know what I'm saying? I came here for whatever reason I came. So let's take one picture, let's get the picture out the way, and then boom. It's how I look at it. But which leads me to ask, man.
What?
Is there etiquette to asking people to be in your selfie? Like, who would be offline? Like, if I got is my wife's homegirls offline? Can I just have like a one-on-one selfie with them? Or would that, I don't think I could do that.
For who? You talking about like if you was a...
Like if we go out, say you got an obligation.
Okay.
Right? Hypothetically speaking,
Yes.
you got an obligation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You bad too. You know what I'm saying? Obligation with a bright future behind it.
Yes.
And
Yes.
let's just say we out and about at an event, and I say, hey, let's get a picture. And then it's just her and I. That don't seem right. That seems wrong.
Why is that?
I don't know. The same reason why you couldn't say your previous obligations friends were cute.
Oh. But
I know I'm gonna get in trouble.
You here with her though, right?
No.
Oh, so see, I don't think that
It's like a group set. I'm trying to not make it awkward, but like say it's a group thing, and then for whatever reason, there's like a one-on-one selfie.
Did you come with her?
No, you came with her. I came with my woman.
And okay.
It's a group.
Okay, I see what you saying.
That's weird, right?
Well, is she a public figure?
It's your obligation. I don't know what she got going on.
Well, I get. Why would you want to have a selfie with?
People just seem to take pictures with
obligation.
people. That's what I'm saying. Like I when I get on Instagram and stuff, I don't know, man. I got homeboys that's just like they take a picture at an event, and it'll be them. It'll be like them in a group setting, them with like the old lady, and then with like one of like every other girl that was in there or something like that. And it's like,
are they friends?
I guess. I mean, that shit don't matter. Like, it still seems weird to me.
I don't know. Like, if y'all friends, if y'all friends, I don't see a problem with it. But if it's like you just met her,
This is why you get in trouble with your obligations right here.
Nah,
You gonna be taking these one-on-one pictures.
No,
you never get out the doghouse.
I just if y'all friends, I mean that's something that you should be talking to your woman about. Like that's the issue between you and your lady. But your lady though. At the same time, like
Yes, I do, man. I'd be in trouble.
you know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna get in trouble. I'll leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? I'll leave that alone. Like, and if I don't know her, then I definitely ain't trying to get no one-on-one selfie, one-to-one selfie with her. That's only reserved for people I know. And I'm like, hey, it's been a while, girl.
You're gonna give it a one arm over the shoulder.
Definitely.
You're not gonna do the waistline hug.
Like that. Hand, so you can see the hand.
Hey, what was old boy that took the picture? He basically pointed at his hand, so you knew he wasn't touching shawty. Yeah. Nah, man, I don't know the selfie etiquette, man. So I just don't take them. I don't know my selfie angles. I think that it's weird for men to know their angles.
I don't know my angle either, man.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. I'm just not I missed the whole wave with the selfie thing. But all right, man. But shout out to Jay for snatching that nigga phone. Yeah, that's a real nigga move, bro.
Yeah, and then proceeded to chastise him. Like
Yeah,
he was his father.
You gonna get these? Yeah, you gonna get this lecture right now.
Like he was his father.
It's a learning moment.
He's pointing.
Like he told him, like, you'll get it back when you delete the picture. And I want to see.
Yes.
I want you to delete it and then go to the deleted folder and delete it again. Nigga.
Already, man. Already. Well,
Shout out to Jay-Z.
staying on entertainment. Watchmen. You know what I'm saying? We haven't actually really talked much about it.
Man, it was a good show, but it was confusing as hell.
Why? So why were you confused? First, I guess before you go, were you familiar with Watchmen before this series?
There's a movie or something. I think it came from a comic book, but
Yes, that's my only
but it came out so long ago. I was legit when it came out. So
did you watch it?
Yeah, but it was one of those things where you're young and a lot of the story I think went over my head as a youngster.
Okay.
So it's like then coming back into this and watching it again, and it's like, okay, I
mean, it was a little different, but
yeah, I couldn't really find too many ties back to the movie. But I mean, it was just a confusing. It was confusing, but it was good. So confusing, why? Because it's like one moment you're in like modern day time, the next moment you're in 1926, the next moment you're on fucking Jupiter or something. Like, I don't know. I didn't understand some of the jumps. I didn't understand the connection when a dude's walking around in a cape and, some kind of what looks to be medieval kind of armor or something like that. And then the next scene you're in modern time. The next scene it looks like a black and white image from the 1920s. So it was trying to keep track of all that stuff. They introduced characters, but never really flushed them out. So
Like which one?
The lady detective,
Which one? You talking about
the white one.
So she was from the original. She's the lady Watchman from the original
Okay.
that got old since '84.
Yeah. So I kind of gathered that, but it
That's
was
why
like
it was no need. I guess they felt no need to. Like the people that they flushed out were people that weren't in the original comic.
Yeah.
So like her and Ozymandias and Dr. Manhattan, they didn't really flush them out because everyone knows them.
Yep.
Now, what kind of threw me off was, like one of my favorite characters from the original movie was Rorschach. Like I like the fact that he was very fucking rigid and was like very black and white. Because I guess at the time I was very black and white,
Yes.
But what kind of threw me off was the fact that now that's the KKK. So I couldn't really get behind that. I was like, I don't like that now.
What was it called? The 7th Cavalry.
7th Cavalry. But yeah, I think as far as the white the FBI girl lady. That's
Yeah.
why, because her story was known, like she first dated. She was the first one to be with Dr. Manhattan. Then she dated the owl guy, which is kind of what he was fucking with her about, the young cat that was the senator.
Mm-hmm.
He was fucking with her about, because apparently I guess he's still in jail. And he was like, the president can pardon him. And I guess he's trying to say that he's going to be the president if you work with me.
Okay.
I can get your boyfriend out, type thing. But I actually like the callbacks, because I think this is like the first time that, particularly like in the first episode, when they actually kind of put some visualization to, what happened to Black Wall Street in 1927, and tied that to The Watchmen. I thought that was kind of dope. So some of the stuff I liked, and then yes, they were doing a lot of, but that was drawing, I guess, flushing out Regina King's character.
Yeah, I mean, so again, I liked it. Thought it was very good, and maybe my gripe with the like the flashbacks and all that stuff was just because I didn't have the context. I had to read up on it after the fact and watch YouTube videos for what the heck happened and all that stuff. So eventually, it kind of tied things together. But yeah, it was just it was just different.
Yeah, I mean,
and sometimes when you have a show that does something original cinematically, right, and story wise, it can feel weird, but it's just because it's a fresh take on how traditionally like a action kind of adventure story is told.
Yeah, because
right?
you were right, because it was like maybe mid 2000s when it came out, so it was like on the front end of all these comic book movies, and it was for
right
comic
after like the Matrix blew up.
For comic book movies, it was very dark. And the one thing that was different, like this version of Watchmen isn't exactly jump off from that movie.
No.
So there was some differences, but like the characters like Ozymandias and Dr. Manhattan and them alluding to the FBI, I don't know her name, but that she was, I guess, Silk Spectre was her name. Is that? I think that was it is. But I knew those, and when they would ask certain questions, like I think there was one episode where they kind of brought up how she came about, and that the comedian actually raped her mom, and so yeah, and her mom was like the original Silk Spectre, and then she took up the mantle afterwards. But yeah, I knew all that from, like, I wasn't into the comedy, I just knew the movie.
Oh, okay.
So, and I was, I guess, in my 20s when it came out, so it still kind of resonated. I don't remember it all.
I was a jit. Maybe 13 or 14 that junk came out. So
yeah,
but it was good, man. And the flashbacks to Tulsa, and even when Regina took her granddad's, what do they call it?
Memory?
Nostalgia,
yeah.
Yeah, nostalgia.
And that was a lot of the back and forth when she was in that episode.
Yeah, I mean, so it wasn't just that, but it was, I guess, even when they were telling a story of like her granddad, but then it would fast forward a little bit, and then her granddad is now, I guess a little bit older, and then now her dad's in the scene, so it's like, okay, so is the dad the granddad now, or it was just hard with me trying to pinpoint who is who when they made these jumps, because there wasn't a lot of dialogue.
Okay,
it was just you went from a young black dude, now there's a young black dude and an older black dude, and it's like, so did the dad just come in the picture, or did they get older or something?
It probably was a full episode or so before I realized that the granddad and the grandmom was the two, as the baby and him walking away. Because I was wondering why they were so tight, and then I think the following episode was like when you found me and put me. What you said when you found me and wrapped me in, I was like, damn, that was a baby. That's what's up. You know that from the first episode. So
wait, so the granddad rapped the grandmother?
yeah, you remember the baby?
Yeah. The granddad was like
that was
seven.
the grandmother.
Okay.
And that's basically Lou Gossett's, baby mama. I didn't realize that to the following, but she mentioned it after. I guess she knew he had proclivities of liking to be with other guys, and I guess that's why she was like being very like suspicious of the white boy. I forget his name, but the rich guy.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah, that was a one-off scene too, but overall, man.
Apparently, it wasn't because he willed him his mansion in New York.
Yes.
They didn't show a follow-up though.
Yeah, they did.
It was just the one scene, and then
Come on now, dude.
it wasn't two scenes.
Well, I mean, there was no need for two scenes.
That's what I'm saying. They didn't show another one.
But I would think, I could be wrong, but I would think it would have to be something more to it for him to gift him that in his will.
And shout out to them for that, because I was having a conversation with somebody the other day about like movies and how they can movies and shows and how they can overfeed and overbeat like a theme or topic or something into the movie. Example I gave the dude was like on Power, and it's like how in the first season or whatever season it was, it's like, okay, he's having an affair with Angela, and then it's like, oh, okay, so they give you like one real heavy sex scene, so like, okay, he's having an affair with Angela. It's like, but then they get to an episode where it's like 3 or 4 affairs in one episode. You're like, dog, we get it. Like the first one was to establish that they're having the affair. It's like you don't need 5 an episode to drive it. It's like, I don't know if they just do that as filler to just
probably.
But
Yes.
I guess that's when the writing, so they have to give visuals.
Okay, well, so they did a good job on this one. They introduced things and they just kind of gave you like enough so that you understood the nature of relationships that were going on, and then they got out of there. And I'm gonna contradict myself a little bit because they either did that very well or they didn't. So like with the phone calls to Dr. Manhattan and stuff, it was just kind of that whole time you didn't. I guess for me, I didn't really know who Dr. Manhattan was. And
okay.
So it's like, okay, who is this? Why, it almost seemed like she was kind of crazy.
She was a god. Basically, they were talking to God.
Yeah, but it was so without any of the backstory or any of the context going into it, it was a very confusing show.
Okay, I got you.
But again, cinematographically, I guess it was done very well, and then the story was very well. It was complex and how they tied in the past and present, and even. That was kind of a theme to that whole season was, time and everything. She'd ask him, where is it? And he's like, you mean like, when am I or whatever? And then she'd ask, when are you or something like that? And he's like, I'm here. I'm in the present or 20 years ago or ahead. So very complex story and just conceptually, I think. But I think they did it very well, especially for somebody that hadn't read any of the comics and don't remember the movie that well. Yeah. I know it came out around the same time as Sin City. That's all I could really tell you about it. And yes, it was recorded very dark, like Zack Snyder or somebody directed probably.
Very much like Sin City. I guess that was the era.
Yeah.
I guess that was
I think the same director directed them. I think Zack Snyder did them because he did like Sin City, 300.
Okay.
That kind of grimy, darker look, but I don't know. Let's see.
But yeah, I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed the last episode. I think that was pretty dope. Like we said in the text. God's a black woman.
Yes.
Did I say that? Did you say that?
I said that.
Yeah.
God's a black woman. That's funny.
I started I don't know if I was gonna text or retweet you. Yeah, Zach's not gonna do actually. I see. You can tell just by his style. But yeah, I was gonna retweet you and just like, is she?
Yeah.
No, man.
Well,
They went to black, man. She might have drowned.
Yeah, she might have fell into it.
I was gonna retweet you something like, somewhere there's a black people can't swim joke here.
Yeah.
Or she just did her hair, she ain't getting in the pool kind of joke. Just took me back to the pool parties.
But the thing about it, he did say something to the effect, watch that egg, or be careful with that egg.
That nigga was making breakfast. So was it clever? Yes. And again, I think the episode before that is when they tied in how they met and he made the egg and all that stuff. And I mean, they mentioned the egg probably 2 or 3 times in conversation, which came first, the chicken or the egg? And he's I guess both, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But nigga woke up, said he was hungry. He went to the kitchen to make some eggs. He said, hey, be careful with the eggs. And then in her anger, she smashed the man breakfast.
But he also mentioned that he could, in that episode, that he could pass it along like in an egg.
No, I understand.
But,
so
I mean, would it shock me if it comes back next year and she falls to the bottom of the pool?
Blue?
Yes, it wouldn't shock me. But
wait, what? Yes, it wouldn't shock you, or would?
No, it wouldn't shock me. I'm bad.
Okay.
Yes.
Because they did, like you said,
truther through and through, man. He gonna give us half of everything.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Here all week. But did they, like you said, did they cut the black before she actually like did anything? Yeah. So they can kind of go anywhere they want with this.
Yep.
But I think. If they go either way, it doesn't matter. But I feel like at this point, I can feel kind of, I don't want to say giddy, but I can feel kind of comfortable saying that it's a possibility that she's the one that actually took on the mantle of being a god. And the fact that, they play with her name all year, A-Bar. And
What you mean play with her name?
like the whole, like, his name, he took on her last name, A-Bar. That episode where a god walks into A-Bar. I mean, he walked into her.
That was a dope pun.
But, it is what it is.
I wonder if they knew her name already, or if they made that pun. Like, they got to have the script. So which came first, her name or the pun?
Probably the pun. Because
a guy walks into a bar.
I imagine kind of like brainstorming.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of brainstorm how you want the season to go, and then you fill in as you go, and then you can kind of go back. Like maybe they got to that point with like, you know what, her name would be doper if we did this, and then they went back and just, what I'm saying,
Tweaked it. So you think the script was already there?
Yeah.
And then they just adjusted it.
Or they was
on it.
as they was going through the storyline, realized, oh, that would be dope if we actually did that. Let's redraft it to reflect that.
Yeah. But yeah, so dope show, man. If you ain't seen it, check it out. Watchmen, HBO.
It's definitely worth a binge.
It's definitely worth $14.99 a month.
Especially to binge it for a weekend or so.
And then cancel.
Yes.
Then get a new email address by the time the next good show comes out. HBO been kind of on a tear this year, man.
Yeah, they had a few. I mean, I even like
Game of Thrones, even though the season was, not their best, but
I even kind of like the Nadia knockoff. What is that? Dark Matter, something like that. It's not bad.
the what knockoff?
So the show that has the little girl with all like the talking animals that's on now, it actually was a movie first. I think it was something like Nadia or something.
Yeah, Narnia. I know what you're talking about.
And now it's they putting it in like a series form. I mean, it's a little different, but yeah, like I knew when I was seeing it, like I watched this movie before. I watched a movie about this before.
I gotta check that out.
But it's not bad. I like it.
I hop on, check out. That's the crazy thing about HBO is that I don't linger on the app.
No.
Right? I go on. It was Game of Thrones. I go on. I watch Game of Thrones, and once that's over, it's like I'm out.
That's pretty much what it is.
But
like,
then they started Chernobyl. Then I'm like, okay, I'm in
so
here.
I haven't even watched that.
Chernobyl is fire, especially for a guy that used to build nuclear steam turbines. I'm watching this shit. I'm just like, oh yeah, that's the reactors. That shouldn't be there. Oh shit, niggas gonna die. We start dying. Whole time I'm looking at my wife like, I told you. Man.
Oh, that should be there.
Yeah, steam turbines should not be in the reactor building. Yeah, BWR, PWR. Yeah, that shouldn't be there. Shouldn't be there at all, baby. Watch, they're gonna die. Told you. But it was a fire show. Very good show, little mini series. I think it was like 5 or 6 episodes. Very good, very good show. And now Watchmen. So I have to check out what else they have.
It's called A Dark Matter.
Dark Matter.
A Dark Matter.
Okay, I'll check that out. Man, my damn website, man, they finally got caught, man. The feds cracked down on them.
Which website?
Well, I guess I could tell.
Yeah,
everybody.
now you can. Now you
I
can
could tell you before because you couldn't join, but it was called AdmitMe.tv or something like that. And it basically, so Game of Thrones, all these shows were on that website.
Okay.
Everything is on there. If it come out on Netflix, they got it the next day on this website. If it's in the theaters, they usually have it. You give it like 2 weeks, they'll have like the Chinese version of it on there, and then within like 2 months.
So you got Prime then, right?
Prime what? Amazon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I don't know if you've been on Expanse, but that the last season was pretty good. It just came out last week.
I saw the advertisements for that, but all that stuff is on there. That's the thing. All that was on this website. All your shows. So if I wanted to watch Walking Dead, it's on there. Bob's Burgers on there. Big Bang Theory, it's on there. They got it just every season going back, and it was like it used to be $20 for 6 months, and then it went to like $5 a month. I think that's when they got cracked down on. Somebody snitched on them. Takashi. I knew it. Oh, I got to make a meme. Had to do it because he's got a. The owner actually talked to you. If you add him at admitme.tv on Twitter, I mean, he's literally talking to people, and he's just like, DM me if you want to know what really happened or whatever. Because it happened abruptly. I was watching it one day, and I got on the next day, and it's just like, farewell. It's like all good things must come to an end. Bitch, my life felt like my life was ending, man. Midlife crisis. So now I'm having to, figure out what I'm gonna do with all these other subscription services because it's getting too much, man. I ain't paying for Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, HBO Now, Stars. I'm not paying for all this shit.
Nah, you can't.
You know what I'm saying?
You can't.
It defeats the purpose of cutting cable, which I have. So I ain't paying for cable plus 20 subscription services. Nah,
don't. Like I will say, I think the Disney Plus one is pretty good though.
Yeah, they got Hulu, so
Hulu and ESPN. That kind of like gets you everything. It gets you your sports.
It gets you live sports, and it gets you Disney shows for the kids.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Just about every TV show. So
hard to beat them.
Yeah, that one's kind of hard to beat. That bundle. With that said, I guess move on to the next topic. I guess we just jump really in and out on this one. Queen Slim. You seen it yet?
Of course I saw it, man. Come on.
I mean, I was just making sure,
I'm
baby.
Slim.
Gotcha.
Yes.
I'm Slim, bro. Of course I saw it.
Alrighty. Well, so I guess what were your thoughts?
Well, I missed the first like 20 minutes.
Okay.
So I didn't see the actual scene where he shot the cop.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to take a little swig of the little.
I'm used to that guy too, so that's why I can't
Little beverage.
I can't really go in on you because I'm used to that guy.
But yeah, so I mean, I think it was a good movie. I mean, I felt some type of way when I left.
Yeah.
So it made me feel something. I'm not sure what I felt. I was kind of angry driving home. I think my wife thought I was mad at her. I don't know why she would think that other than the, angry look on my face. But so that movie, it did something. Like endings like that. I don't like endings like that, and I don't know, man. But how it was directed and just, how I thought it was directed very well. I thought, the theme in the movie of just kind of, I can't really call it a theme because you had the picture up and it felt like it was a theme, right? But then the ending, now scroll up a little more. Or go back to the dude with the goals. That's what I was referring to. Yeah. So it felt like, there was a theme of just like, support within the community and people helping people out. And I'm like, okay, because you had 2 or 3 instances. I'm trying not to have any spoilers, but 2 or 3 instances where it was
we're about a month in now, baby.
So you're saying fuck the spoilers?
Yeah.
All right, fuck the spoilers.
Spoiler alert. That came out like what, Thanksgiving?
Yes.
I mean, it came out like November, like in Thanksgiving, right?
All right. Shit. So spoiler alert: he shot a cop in the beginning.
In a week, it'd be Christmas, baby. Like literally a month has passed.
He shot a cop. I didn't even see that, so I'm gonna spoil that part for y'all. But
I saw it.
So it so it was like they had the instance where they were in the club and the people are just like, "Hey, we got you. You all right here?"
Yeah.
Then they had the instance where the black cop let him basically get away.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, boom. It's like, all right, man, we looking out for one another. You know what I'm saying? And it just kind of reinforced that whole what I thought was a theme. And then at the end of the movie, come to find, of course they get killed, Queen and Slim, as they're trying to get on this, this little plane, I think in Mobile, Alabama or something to get out the country. But then it basically during the outro of the movie, it shows the one dude, I don't even know his name, with the gold. Black man. Yeah.
Yes.
That's what they call it.
Florida man. It shows Florida man counting up. Stacks on stacks on stacks, and implying that he gave him up and claimed the reward and stuff. So it was like after giving you these themes of like support and we look out for one another and all this, then it ended on that like we're the ones that sold each other out. He's the one that sold him out. And
well, I think you can get a little bit of that from even the mechanic. You got a bit of both of that on that. Like you got kind of he was like, no, I know who you are. Yeah, I want it all. And, on the flip side, he did kind of put this, allow his son, so he opened his family up to him a bit. But then you saw the flip side of it where he, got caught up in it as a child, shooting the cop. And then he gets killed.
Who was the black cop? Shot him in the face.
Yeah, exactly.
Shot him right in the face.
Yeah.
Bah.
So, I mean...
Yeah, but that to me was... that to me felt like a different thing. Like, the mechanic still helped him, right? So, it's not... You're a wanted fugitive, on the run. He don't have to help you. He could have turned you in. Yeah. Now, whether or not... How you feel about him charging him, the price is the price, right? He charged him. It's not like it's going to cost you $1 million, right? And they had to go on a little scavenger hunt to get $1 million. He just charged him what he charged him. He sent him with the kid so that they had trust in him that, hey, I'm not gonna give you up. Take my kid, go show him, whatever, so I can fix the car and all that, and then get you back on the road. So that to me, I looked at it as like this, again, support. It was, I'm gonna help y'all, even though I probably shouldn't.
I don't agree with you.
You don't agree with me right now?
No, that's what he told him he didn't agree with him.
Yeah, there it is. But he still offered that support. So that was, those 3 instances were, and even her uncle, the pimp, So you got 4 or 5 instances of support and just, I'm gonna help you out, even though, you in a bad way, and it probably is gonna make my life worse by doing this, but I'm here for you, right? And then for it to end with them, black man giving them up. Yeah. Like, damn. Damn, man. I thought it was gonna be the white nigga.
Nah.
Could've been a white dude, man. Why you had to end it on the black one?
Because like the one thing about when they are down, they down all the way. I knew like, so I guess full disclosure, I didn't watch the end of the movie because I like around the time that I guess they're about to meet him, because I didn't see him, but around that time I was like, this is not gonna end well. like this going to like, and I didn't know nothing. I've heard about it. I heard it was a good movie, but I was like, these things they can't live. Like they're not gonna. This is like if this is the 80s or the 90s, they would have got to fucking Cuba. They would have got to Cuba. The film would have made it to where they got to. It would have been a happy ending. I was like, nah, this is gonna be a. And by that point, I was invested in both of them. I thought it was a good movie. Thought it was a good. I thought it was a good script. I felt like it showed a lot of realism in the movie, particularly like first date, why they went out to dinner. Yeah, that was a typical Tinder date for those that have been on it.
Yes.
When was this movie set? When was it set?
Like right now.
Okay.
Like right now. Because it like I said, it was a Tinder date.
Okay.
And he mentioned on the date, because it starts off with them in like a little diner.
Mm-hmm.
And he mentions while he's eating, so what made you finally respond? So apparently she's been like leaving him on red for a few weeks.
Yeah.
And so they go into why she decided to come out. And even on the way home, she was kind of like, I doubt we, he was like, you think we go out again? And like, I doubt it. Like that. And that was like right before they got pulled over. But yeah, I thought it was I even like the fact that like he was like the good one. Like the square. And she was like, send the down one, and then you see why, because he actually came up in a good home. She came up basically in a broken home.
Yeah.
And so she had to be a little more, I don't want to say rigid, but cutthroat. You know what I'm saying? So she looks at the matter kind of more like, yeah, you this, that, and the third. Like you said, I agree. I felt like it was well shot. And I always love shows and movies that are shot in Louisiana. So when I'm just looking like, oh, I know that place.
Yes.
So I'm like, oh yeah, they still in New Orleans. I know that place. So yeah, and
they
then
shot it all in Louisiana?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all of it. But
I know they went from Ohio to...
They shot a good bit of it down there though. Because there was even some parts of it when they were supposedly in Alabama. I was like, that still looks a lot like somewhere in New Orleans. But like the police scene.
Pointing out trees.
The police scene. No.
Same trees in Florida.
No. Oh, yeah, okay, whatever. But I know the police guy is actually from Louisiana, so I would imagine.
Which police guy? The black one?
The black one. They let him go.
Yeah.
So I would imagine they would, because of it probably would have been like, yo, this would be the easiest way to get him in and out. You know what I'm saying? Because they try to like film everything that they can in a certain
schedule.
area.
Yeah, it's a schedule.
Like even saying it could be the end of the movie or wherever. It all goes down in that area if we're gonna try to use that area. But I thought it was a dope movie, man. Again, I didn't want to see it. I was like, they gotta die. And then I.
So did you get up and walk out the theater?
Yeah. Because but like I said, by that point,
who does that?
I saw I was invested in them. And I didn't want to see them get killed. And then like I already knew of that Jodie chick, like.
Who's Jodie?
Queen.
Oh, okay.
She was on this Netflix movie, series, and I seen her in that one, and I gravitated to her on that one. So because she's a bad little chick. But at any rate,
Little Obligation.
She could be.
Yes.
Little Obligation.
But by that point, they had fell in love. Like I knew she didn't like the nigga. They grew, and I wanted to see the happy ending, and I was like, that would make it less real if they make it. Like they're not gonna make it. Like even like one of my issue, not even issue, but one of the reasons why I knew I was like that's movie magic. When it was like, I'm going to my uncle. Like the moment, and he was like, yeah, you can stay a couple of days. I was like, you wouldn't get more than a day. Because the moment they figure out who you are, they're going to look at your family and be like, all right, hey, can you go around? You know where he at? Can you go around and check and see if he's there? That's within 48 hours. So you ain't getting to that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I knew that was movie magic, but at the same time, I like.
Well, they only stayed there about a day, so if even.
Yeah, but I like the script. I thought it was well shot. I like the director, the person that's behind the creation. She's
Masukis.
Yeah, she's behind The Shy.
Melina Masukis.
So, she's
shout
dope.
out to Melina. Shout out to Lena Waithe. Shout out to that episode of Master and None, the Thanksgiving episode. So she got her big break. So I like that show. Master and None is a very good show. So.
I seen her in there. I don't think I saw the second season because like he kind of lost me when he went to
Italy.
Yeah.
Man, over there making pasta, man. Come on.
He kind of lost me. It was kind of too much. I was like, all right, when you gonna get back to New York, nigga?
Yes.
See, how to make this damn ravioli. He'll get back over there, man. He's a man on a mission. You saw Jay Prince goals. You saw Aziz's goals. His goal was ravioli and pasta.
Okay.
He didn't learn the ravioli. He didn't learn the bow ties. So he can't come back, man. No, it's a good show. I'm waiting on season 3, but I think he got jammed up after that little run in. You know, he was glazed by the Me Too. Me Too bullet.
It touched him.
Flesh wound.
All right, well.
But yeah, so very good movie. Like I said before, shout out to Melina, shout out to Lena, shout out to The Shy, shout out to Master of None. All very good shows, and it shows their ability, to write and direct and create these stories and tell these stories, man. Because they did a good job. And Queen and Slim both did die at the end. It was almost like how Denzel died in a Training Day.
Yeah.
For Slim. Queen got shot one time, but that nigga got shot. Training Day or Scarface was pretty much how he went out. So.
Okay.
Yes.
Gonna need 5 more shots than that.
So, with that said, I guess we move on to a bit of sports before we get out of here. Guess we can go ahead and let's talk about my man Lamar Jackson.
We'll play the round of applause again.
Baltimore Ravens. My man is having a year, and he must be having a year for this man to want to talk about it.
Yes.
Apparently, he's been paying attention in his blackout. His boycott show.
I still watch SportsCenter. I just don't watch the NFL. Shout out to SportsCenter.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you get on Twitter and you see all of the people on the timeline. Whenever he breaks a record, they post that stuff and celebrate him. So,
Gotcha.
So yeah, man, I just wanted to give him his flowers, I guess.
Right here, huh? Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm happy. I'm happy for the boy, man. I was upset. Like I felt some kind of way, and I apologize for jumping in, but I want to go ahead and just get this out the way.
Jumping in on me?
Yeah. I apologize, baby. I really, I felt some kind of way when the league was trying to. I don't want to say blackballing, but they was giving them shit for not having like an agent doing that process, doing like the draft process, and that he used his mind. I'm like, why would if I know I'm going in the first round or a second round, it's slotted wherever I go, I'm gonna get. Like you're not gonna get much more than that. You don't need to give someone that you don't know 10% to do that.
Yeah.
Like, it and then they would, and then when he gets doing the process, they kept ragging on him, man, saying he can't throw the ball. He's this, he's that, he's too small. I'm like, dude, did you not watch him the last 2 years? Did you not watch him? The boy can throw the ball, man.
He just needs something to talk about. That's all.
You know what I'm saying? Like guys up there saying he should be a wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? I have so much respect for his mom because apparently his mom, you know what I'm saying, not once but multiple times checked coaches and staff about trying to make her son do something other than be a quarterback. In college, I think there was, and would I have done it? Probably not, but I respect the mindset. Because I guess my perspective, I would understand like, okay, my son's the best player, athlete on the team. It's the last play of the game, and we just want someone back there that's going to get the ball and do exactly what we want him to do. and not be caught up in the moment. Yeah. So put our best player out there. And she was like, my son's not a DB. My son's a quarterback. I was like, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then they was talking about going to the draft. You know, why do my son need to run a 40-yard dash? He's a quarterback. You know what I'm saying?
Double down.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I respect that woman's mind.
Yes.
You know hey, and
he would have smoked that 40-yard dash.
Yeah, he would have. Yeah, he would have. But
he would have got a 4.26.
You know what I'm saying? And
what's that Florida speed?
It says something to the effect that good coaches make their system around the players around them. And I never had a doubt in my mind that he could make it in this league. It was I was like, he may not be a top 10 quarterback, but he's a professional quarterback. Like he's gonna be good. Like if someone actually give him a chance, and they actually made their system around him, he's in. You know what I'm saying, he's in the leader, and he's in the house. Put it like that. He's in the clubhouse for the MVP this year. And
without a shadow of a doubt, they got the best record in the league right now.
Yeah, and his team is 12-2, and they dominating fools. And I'll pass it back to you. My caveat to that was I kind of wish, and I'm kind of glad they didn't, but I kind of wish Cam would have got the same opportunity to have a offense similar to fit his skill set. Because, like, man, at his prime, ain't nobody want to stand in front of that 260-pound man running down on you.
No, and I mean, they tried, and that's why you had that, I mean, very similar Cinderella, kind of story season that Cam had.
Yeah.
Right? They went, 15-1?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. So it wasn't undefeated, but I think it was because the last game of the season they lost someone 15-0, and then it's like, all right, well, Cam, sit down. Like, we're not going to injure you right here. Yeah. But terrible Super Bowl performance.
Yes. That year. Yeah, they did. They did.
He might have had a conversation with Tim Donahue before that game. I'm saying. But that wasn't the same fire. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad you brought all that up, because I mean, definitely more information than I have to even go in. Obviously, not watching the league or really paying too much attention to it other than the top 10. But I mean, I just want to celebrate the young man, right? Broward County's own.
Broke the 1,100, the rushing record for quarterbacks. I mean, you already have 1,100.
Which I thought was dope because
2 games left.
Apparently, I don't know how true this is, but it was on Twitter timeline, so it's got to be true. Yeah. Everything on Twitter timeline is true.
Yes!
But I saw, a story that, growing up, he admired Vic, and he just kind of idolized him or whatever, and then at some point in time, Vic became like his mentor or whatever, and then now to see him break Vic's record, and Vic celebrated that. Vic gave him like this custom pair of Nikes. Vic went on Nike ID and customized some Nikes for him. You know what I'm saying?
You don't think he has the hookup?
Who, Vic?
He couldn't pull up, call to someone from Nike and be like, hey, I want to do this?
No, not no more.
You don't think so?
Nah. I think Phil Knight likes. Nah, let me not even get to there. Nah, I think he definitely got connections, obviously, but I just think it's funny to see Vic on Nike ID.
Yeah, that would be funny.
Yes.
Clicking like, I know
yes.
I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna put the red check mark on the inside and the purple one on the. Yeah, I think that was. I think that's funny, man. But yeah, man, I think it's. It was great to see Vic actually, congratulate him, and then he handed off, gave him that custom pair of shoes or whatever, kind of commemorated, and Lamar, I believe he wore him in that the very next game after he got him. So it was, I thought that was dope, man. And records are meant to be broken, and haven't watched the NFL obviously for some years now, but when I was watching, I had a friend that when I worked with at the last job I was working, who used to hate me because he's like, he said I was a bandwagon fan, but I wasn't bandwagon. And bandwagon, you got to jump on the team that's winning. They wasn't winning.
Who was it?
I'm about to tell you.
Okay.
So it was. I've always been. So growing up, I was a Falcons fan.
Okay.
Because Vic was on the Falcons.
Okay.
And the whole, dog fight and shit went down. And he got taken out of the league. Then he came back. And I'm like, I'm a Steelers fan.
Oh, okay.
I'm an Eagles fan. Wherever Vic went, I was a fan. So I had a jersey for wherever Vic went.
Okay.
And my boy at work, he asked me one year, like, all right, so who you rooting for this year? And it's like, man, with the Eagles. He was like, you just with the Steelers. Well, Vic ain't on the Steelers no more. He on the Eagles. I'm an Eagles fan. Wherever Vic go, that's where I'm at. So right now, since Vic co-signed him, if I was watching the NFL, I'd be a damn Ravens fan.
I hear you, bro. I hear you. Gotcha. Well, currently with
shout out to them.
2,800 yards of passing, almost 29, 33 touchdowns, 80.2 QBR. Rushed the ball 1,103 yards on 159 carries, 7 touchdowns. So he's accounted for 40 total touchdowns, and still have 2 games to go.
There you go.
Again, hey man, I'm happy for the boy, man. I mean, I didn't see this. I'll be lying to say I saw this, but I knew the boy could pass the ball efficient enough to be an NFL quarterback and be a threat and be on a winning team. I knew that.
Well, he's having a fairy tale season, so that's good. Congratulations to him, Broward County. Congrats to y'all. Y'all got a real one. Technical difficulties.
Yeah. Well, at any rate, I guess we'll finish this episode talking a little bit of college football. You been watching college football? I mean, you ain't got the ban on that, right?
No, ain't no ban on NCAA.
Okay. All right. Well,
I ain't been watching it, but
since the last time we talked, my Tigers have
they lost.
Bust a few people's ass, namely Arkansas, A&M, and then last week, 2 weeks ago, SEC Championship, we put the beat down on them dogs. That's your boys, huh? That's your
the
boys,
Qs
huh?
ain't got no football team.
That's your boys, huh?
Qs ain't got no football team. Yeah, they whooped up on us pretty bad.
And now we are in the CFP playoffs. That's number
What's
one.
the rankings? Is LSU
number
Ohio?
1 seed, followed by Ohio, Clemson, Ohio State.
Yeah, not Dayton. Not Miami.
Ohio State University. And then I forgot. The Ohio State University. I forgot about that. You're right. Clemson University, and then number 4, Oklahoma Sooners.
That's crazy. You lose to LSU. How you lose to LSU and that knocks you out the top 4? But whatever.
Well, they have 2 losses now, and Oklahoma had 1. So
who else they lose to? South Carolina.
Yeah, that hurt. That hurt. But at any rate, next Saturday,
Alabama ain't there, so it's whatever.
Yeah, me too. I ain't
Yes.
Next Saturday at 4:00, my LSU Tigers take on those pesky OU Sooners, followed by the Ohio State Clemson game out in Arizona at the Fiesta Bowl at 7 Eastern. So be a good weekend next weekend of college football. Actually, I have a pretty good weekend of professional football this week. Unfortunately, my man's not watching.
Nah, man.
But that's neither here nor there.
Well, I mean, we might have to go back to back like Drizzy on these podcasts too, because we still got to address the cap situation.
Kaepernick?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess we can.
We got to address that, man. We got to speak on that a little bit because we just got to speak on it. A couple things have been uncovered, so we might come back to back with that one. We might record again another 2 or 3 days. Okay. Let's do a post-brunch podcast.
That'd be fun.
Or a pre-brunch podcast.
That'd be fun.
I don't give a damn.
But at any rate, in the last couple of days, OU is suspended a few of their players for the game. Starting DN actually leads their team in sacks, and a backup running back. It's another guy, but he play on special team. He's more depth than anything. And unfortunately, we have an injury to our running back, Clyde. Hilaire Edwards. Let me get that right. He sprained his hamstring. So day to day. But from everything I read and looked into, they don't believe he's going to be able to make the game. He'll be there for the championship.
Yeah, rest him up.
But
smart.
Probably won't be there for next Saturday. Look, man. My analysis on this game is the only chance OU has is to keep the ball away from us. Now they're uniquely situated to do that with their Cam Newton-esque type quarterback. But I feel like, ultimately we're the better team and we're going to beat them. I don't think they're going to get any pressure on us on their defensive side. They're going to have to do something. They're going to have to do something they haven't seen yet. Literally. Because I don't think they're going to be able to get pressure with just their front four. So they're going to have to do something like that. Other than that, because my biggest fear is Jalen Hurts converting a bunch of 31s and 32s with quarterback sneaks, basically, or quarterback runs, and them keeping the ball from us, essentially. That's my biggest worry. But besides that, I don't think it's going to be a track meet. If it's a track meet, we're going to win. Period. And they're going to have to score the ball. They're going to have to score touchdowns when they do move down the field on us. Field goals ain't going to do it. So,
yeah, y'all put up a lot of points per game. So yeah, you definitely.
I mean,
you can show up, but yeah, to your point, yeah, you got to put points on the board. You can't just show up defensively and make stops because you damn sure ain't gonna stop them every drive.
No.
What they used to say about
the best way to stop us is for your offense to have long, sustained drives.
Yeah.
And like I said, that goes back to
putting up 40 and 50 points against.
Yeah, and that goes back to the
defenses and shit. That's a high-powered offense, man.
Like I said, that's what worries me about them is Jalen Hurts converting a bunch of 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1, and keeping the ball from us. That's the only thing that worries me about them. They always want to throw it back to the Ole Miss game, but he's not that guy. He's not Plumlee. Plumlee is a scat back, essentially. Jalen's not that fast. Our guys would run him down. And I would also think that game also let them know that, hey, Coach did say, because a lot of the stuff was just straight, bad technique. The end crashing down is bro, he been busting your ass all game. Why are you still crashing down? And you're not gonna catch him if he run by you. You're not catching him.
Yeah. So
it goes back to me saying if we could keep them behind the sticks and have them in 3rd and 6s all night, we're gonna boat race them just like we did Georgia. And probably even get uglier because I think Georgia actually had better personnel on defense.
Up old stuff, man.
No, I'm just saying. I think Georgia's a better team. I think Georgia's better than them as a
another team they whooped up on, man. You whooped up on somebody else, man.
No, we beat them up here. A&M. We
Florida, man. Talk about the Gators.
I mean, why you bringing up Champ?
I didn't say nothing about it.
You brought up Florida. That's Champ, boy.
I can't talk sports with Champ, man. He gets so upset with me, bro. It's was you in the you was in that group chat? We was in the group chat, and it was he posted something about.
I
don't even know what it was about, but it was just I disagree.
It was something about Brian.
Yeah, and it's just well, bro, I'm not saying, I didn't say if you were right or wrong. I said, bro,
we talked about it on the podcast. Show the fuck did.
So it's like a sports talk, dog. You're not supposed to agree. It's supposed to be a wild take followed by a wild take, and maybe you have some facts, but I generally think even the facts have a bit of a spin on them to support whatever your stance is. So it is what it is. So you can't talk about Brian, man. You can't talk about Brian. So.
And the second game, Ohio State, Clemson. I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like Clemson is probably the better team overall. But
what's their record?
They're both 13-0.
Okay.
I just feel like they're talent wise, I feel like they're a smidge better. Now we're talking about 1A, 1B, but I think talent wise overall they may be better.
1A1, 1A2.
But as I've been saying all year, about my particular team, still sharpen steel, and I don't feel like they've been sharpened much this year. And I feel like this is going to be the first game that they get in that they're not going to be able to kind of roll into it. And they're going to look up and they're going to be 10, 14 points down. And unlike other teams like North Carolina or Virginia, you know, you're not going to be able to just turn it on and stop them 100%.
Yeah.
They're going to keep scoring, and you're just not going to score enough points. And then it would become what I would project to be a fairy tale ending for old Joe Burrow. Get to play his old team in New Orleans for the national championship. And the one thing we do to Ohio State and New Orleans is beat them. So I'm calling it today. I mean, we can revisit it. You know, we got a few weeks before then, but you know what I'm saying?
You gotta set something up. That game's gonna be that game's usually like the 5th or 6th, right?
Yeah. It's usually about the second Monday in January. But
check it out.
If we play Ohio State, we beating them.
Yeah, the 6th.
I call that 9.
It's gonna be the first Monday this year, but
okay. Yeah.
yeah. So we'll set something up, man. Either go out somewhere, have something at the crib or something. I got a brisket, man. So if you want some brisket, let me know.
Yes, you know,
Fire, brisket.
you know, brisket is like my favorite.
That bit brisket is fire.
That's my favorite smoked meat, I guess.
18 hours to cook it, boy. It better be good.
Yeah. With that said, again, this episode of Hot Takes and Half Truth was brought to you by
Second use products. Rethink, reuse, restore.
Yes.
And as always, you can
Hold on. No. Hold on, man.
Go ahead, baby.
Rethink, reuse, restore. Follow us on social media at second.products. That's Instagram.
Yes.
You can email us at secondproductsllc@gmail.com.
Yes.
Visit the website, www.secondproducts.com.
Yes.
Facebook page, second.productsllc. That one might be wrong, but there's a Facebook page. Just look for it. Second Products.
And as always, you can reach us at HT Squared Pod on IG and Twitter.
Yep.
You can email us if you're truly new school, old school at htsquaredpod@gmail.com, or you can reach us individually directly at I am Ivy Joe for myself, IG and Twitter.
And at Just Kingin' for your boy. And don't forget, man, thumbs up, SoundCloud, YouTube.
Subscribe.
On Ivy.
Yeah, share, subscribe, engage.
I haven't forgot that question from early on in the podcast, so let me know. Should Ivy get these hands? Give us a like, Jeff, if so. I was going to let it go, but he brought up how bad they beat Georgia, so no, man.
Yes.
Fresh wounds.
Yes.
And just like that, we're done. We'll try to do better next time. From the two of us to all of you.
Be easy.
Talk to you next time.